So today we are going to be reviewing every Marvel one-shot. First off, starting with the Consultant. So the meat of it, the basic storyline is it's about Sewell and Coulson talking about how Agent Ross wants Abomination on the Avengers Initiative instead of Hulk, of course, and obviously they don't want Abomination on it because of what he did in Harlem. They want the Hulk, the true hero of the story, so they have to send in somebody to persuade his opinion, and that is Iron Man, and that's how we get the Incredible Hulk post-credit scene, which is really nice. I like that. And then we have the pros and cons. For pros, it's more Sitwell. I love Sitwell. Sadly, he was Hydra, so we didn't get that much of him after Captain America and the Winter Soldier, because that's when they took down Hydra once and for all. And then for pros, more Coulson. We don't see much of Coulson. And then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't really canon to the MCU. Maybe in like an alternate timeline in the multiverse, but not in the main 616 universe. And then it talks about Blonsky. And before She-Hulk, we haven't gotten any Blonsky, so that was nice. And then for cons, it's a little boring. It's just really nothing there. And then it's useless to the MCU because we don't really need to know it. I mean, it explains more about the Incredible Hulk post-credit scene, but we didn't really need that explanation. And then overall, I'll say it's a decent, I guess. Okay, so I really didn't want to write down a funny thing happened on the way to Thor's hammer 3 times. So I'm just going to say funny thing, and that's what I wrote down. So, funny thing, the meat of the story is Coulson goes to the gas station that is being robbed, and obviously this is on its way to Thor's hammer, hence the name, funny thing, on the way to Thor's hammer. But he goes to a gas station that's being robbed, and he beats up the robbers. That's pretty much all that happens. Then we have funny thing pros, Coulson being badass. I just love Coulson. We needed more of him. Then he died, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't really canon, so he's probably like actually dead in the 616 universe. It's action-packed, it has action, but it's boring for cons. Boring, not important. We don't need that at all. I mean, it's just a little funny thing that happened on the way to Thor's hammer. Overall, I give funny thing on the way to Thor's hammer a better than last time, because it was better than the last one-shot, I guess. Then we have Agent Carter, which isn't the worst one-shot, isn't the best. I think it's right in the middle, actually. But, the meat of Agent Carter. So, Agent Carter is now in the SSR, but she's stuck doing paperwork because her boss is sexist. And, later that night, all her co-workers go to the bar, and she's stuck doing paperwork at her job, but it calls them that there's a mission that they're supposed to do that's for like 3, 4, 5 agents, but Carter is like, hey, I'll do it alone. And she was right, because she gets there, she has to take something called the Zodiac. So she gets to their warehouse, take out his goons, gets some type of blue vial thing, and leaves. I think it's supposed to be super soldier serum, maybe if I watched the Captain Carter TV show, would explain more about it. No, the Captain Carter TV show is like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to her. It's not canon, but it just takes place in a different universe in the multiverse. So it is canon, but it's not in the same way. But the one shot is canon from what we know. And yeah, also this was a backdoor pilot to the TV show. So I don't know, maybe I'll give the TV show a watch at some point. Oh yeah, also Howard Stark comes and calls Agent Carter's boss and tells Agent Carter that he wants her to help start S.H.I.E.L.D. with him. So pretty cool. Now we have Agent Carter, pros and cons. Pros. We got more Agent Carter. More Peggy Carter. She is amazing. I kind of wish we had more of her, but we of course got the TV show, which I know isn't canon, but you know, I'll watch it. I'll watch it at some point. It's action packed. It has more action than any of the other one shots. It has a good story, and for cons, it just doesn't matter to the MCU. Like, its only purpose was to be a backdoor pilot for the TV show, so it doesn't really matter, but it's fine. So, I'm just gonna say meh overall, because it's not bad. It's not super good, but it's still decently good. It's just, I don't think it's gonna be as good as the next two. And after this, I will give a ranking, and it just so happened that the order they released these in is pretty much my ranking, except for I switched around Coulson and Funny Thing for my ranking. You'll see. But yeah, it's just so it's good. It's just not the best. Okay, now we have the meat of item 47. This actually came out before the Captain Carter one shot, but I just forgot to do it. So it's about a couple stealing the tech, and then from the Battle of New York, and then they rob a bank with the tech, but Sitwell has a mission to kill them. But Sitwell finds them in a apartment, and fights them, but then eventually hires them for S.H.I.E.L.D. because they're the only ones that know how to deal with the Charlie. I know I'm saying that wrong. I know I butchered it that really badly, but they're the only ones that can really that knows how to activate the tech. And then it kind of goes nowhere. I wish it turned into something. They probably scrapped it because they had something similar to that in Spider-Man Homecoming. But yeah. So item 47, pros. It's very fun. It's a fun story, and Sitwell, of course he works for Hydra, but no, why? Cons, it's just not needed, I guess, for the MCU. Like I already said, they kind of scrapped the whole needing them for the tech, but you know, I really wish they did do more with that. Overall, I'm gonna say pretty good, not bad. Then we have All Hail the King. For save the best for last. All Hail the King. The meat of it is we see Trevor being praised in prison as a hero for standing up to Iron Man, standing up to the big man. And then we have somebody making a documentary about him. So that guy was asking questions about, you know, what you would ask Trevor Slattery if you were making a documentary about him. Like, how did you not know that it was real? And, eventually it turns more over to the 10 rings, and the interviewing guy talks about like how he stole the name and made a bunch of people angry. And then he tries to shoot Trevor, and eventually he does get a hold of Trevor and brings him to the 10 rings, because that's how we see him in Shang-Chi. So it sets up Shang-Chi, which is very nice. Then we got All the King pros. We get more Trevor Slattery. Trevor's just so awesome and wholesome, and we got him in Shang-Chi. That's probably the last we're gonna see of him, but he had a good run in the MCU. This was actually important to the MCU, the first one to be important to the MCU, because it has effects on Shang-Chi. And then cons, it's a little longer than it could have been. but that's okay. That's okay because I enjoyed it anyways. Look, it was midnight when I wrote this down, so don't judge. I was tired, and I wanted to put in something funny, but I couldn't think of anything. And I know this isn't funny, but look, it was midnight when I wrote this down. But all hail the king. The epic battle royale. And I said that because this is my favorite one. It's the best one. It's just great. But now we're gonna get into the ranking. Alright, so fifth we have Funny Thing. It's literally useless. It's no real story. It's just him beating up robbers. Then in fourth we have Goldson. It's boring. It's useless, but it explains more about Blonsky, which is nice. But so I guess it would be better than Funny Thing. Then third we have Agent Caller. This is like the middle ground to me. It's like perfectly balanced. Because it's pretty good, not bad. It's action packed. We get more Agent Carter, which I love. And then this also probably has the most unique story to it. Even though the story does not affect the MCU at all. Then in second, Item 47. This is really fun. We don't need it at all, but it's just fun. Okay, it's fun. And then first place, All Hail the King. It actually affects the MCU, and it gives us more Trevor, and Trevor is amazing, awesome, and better than Hamilton. I mean, well, his work is better than Hamilton. He is better than Min-Rail Miranda. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing. See you in the next video.